Freddy und Amita Suman.
Yeah, wow.
Hello.
We have some excitement over here.
Yeah.
So
Hi.
nice of you to join us. And it's so great to see you in person because you play two characters that are very grim. It's so nice to see you smile.
Yeah, the smile is the first thing
I'm
I
not used to
recognized.
it. And it's crazy. And
I've never had them described as grim before. Is that a translation thing?
you have a 1,000 yard stare when you play cars. You can go like and it's pretty intimidating. But you're, like when you smile, it's the exact opposite. So you must be a very good actor.
Thank you very much.
And I mean, it's obvious you're very beloved, and it's a series, Shadow and Bone, that's been loved by fans. But before it started, that wasn't, it could have gone the other way as well. Did you feel the pressure when you started? Because the fandom is huge. Did you know what you were getting into?
Not fully.
Not fully.
No. I think when I got sent the initial sort of audition sides and the kind of first part of the script, we also got sent this link to a website called Grisha Wiki, which is like a kind of deep dive rabbit hole thing, which I just went into, and I think all of us got a little bit obsessed and kind of spent a lot of time on that website going. And I think then I sensed that maybe there was something bigger going on.
What about you?
When someone somehow found out my casting, and Netflix, this was my first big job, and we were sent.
It got leaked, right?
It got leaked,
Yeah.
and Netflix
Sorry
were
again.
like, "No, it's okay." Was that you?
It's always him.
And they said, "Do not, under any circumstance, let anybody know that you are cast." And all I did was just follow Lee Bardugo.
You were
That
asking
did it.
for it.
Clearly, and then suddenly Twitter. It was my first experience of Twitter. Amita Suman is cast as Inej Gafar, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to get fired before I even started the job. And that kind of gave me an idea that, yeah.
Do you remember when the casting came out, Freddy? When it was announced that you're cast?
We were already in Budapest. We'd already started pre-production, so luckily there was a group of us all together when there's a picture of the six of us.
Oh, it's like the picture of the White House when they watch the War Room, when everybody is like...
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Exactly.
this.
Watching the reaction. But thankfully the reaction was mostly positive, so it was a very nice,
Yeah.
it's really
exciting
positive.
time.
Now, be honest, do you sometimes look up fan art about yourself?
Yeah. Yeah. Would I have to lie about that? I love looking at... Should I have been lying all this time?
No.
I love looking at the fan art. It's incredible. I mean, the stuff that's in the books, the kind of commissioned stuff, the stuff that Lee had to say in is amazing. And then, the way that the fandom has taken that and kind of incorporated us in, and then sometimes leaving us out. It's just like, it's great. I just really enjoy it.
Yeah, it must be crazy because before the show, people had an image in their head about these characters and the fan art looked similar, but now it's just literally your faces.
It's you, yeah.
Isn't that weird? What kind of feeling is that? Is it just positive, or
It
do you
is.
sometimes get weirded out?
I do get a tiny bit weirded out just because the first time I read the books, it's now come to the stage where when I meet, you amazing people, you guys know that I'm the #1 fan of Inej, and then you come second. But when I saw the fan art of Inej, I was like, oh wow, she has a presence to her. And when I started reading the books, I couldn't imagine myself. And then now I do see myself, and the incredible fan art helps it as well. So something I'll never really get used to. And then what was even weirder was that when the Crow's book had our pictures on it, I was in Waterstones because I always go there and I'm like, oh, there's my lip.
That was the weirdest thing, being on a book cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A cool, weird thing.
You are asking, of course it's crazy to be on a book cover.
Yeah,
wow.
I know, but
oh my God.
that's the craziest thing. Is no, I get it. No, I'm on book covers all the time, so it's not.
He's not.
I'm not yet.
You should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your lip should be on a book cover.
If you want it, you can have it. Freddy, you can have my lip.
This is going
anytime
totally
you want.
different how I thought it was going to go.
Keep asking.
But speaking about incredible chemistry, your characters have a weird relationship because they're not love interests, but they're not love interests either. It's like it's very slow burning. And when I read the books, it was I could feel it, but when I watched the show, I could feel it as well. Is that something you consciously worked on? How did you manage to get that chemistry just right? In my point of view.
Emotionally manipulate. I'm joking. No.
I mean, a lot of it is casting. You know, you get put opposite someone great, and you get to work with them, and someone who also loves the scripts and the books as much as you do, and you get to sort of dive into it. And we had lots of conversations about just that. Are they love interests? Are they not? You know, where do they sit? And I think it's a sliding scale for them. And so far, in what we've seen on screen, it's sort of not matched up. One of them has thought that they're love interests, while the other one didn't think that they were, and then they sort of swap places.
And they never
So
touch.
it's been really fun to play.
It's touch, but they
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
The trauma gets in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the drama gets in the way.
I think reading the book as well, and never having read such chemistry before in anything or seen it portrayed on screen, you know, going into it, I was quite worried, thinking, how are we going to show the chemistry that these two have? Because it's not just your sexual attraction; it's this electricity, this innate connection that these two have, and that kind of shows when both of them are in the same room, but they're not really doing anything. And I was really, really nervous. And then I met you, and you know, straight off the bat, I was thinking, okay, thank God. And then I don't know, it was such a beautiful challenge, and it shows that there's more to intimacy than just touch. It's the way that they
Yeah, they have a weird love language. I feel like they're not.
Yeah.
They're not speaking about it. They're not showing it very well either. But they're showing it in a way that both of them kind of can. And yeah, it's amazing to watch you do it. And it's not just the two of you. The whole cast of Crows. The Crows. Is that what?
Yeah.
That's
Can
the
I
gang.
say it?
You can say it.
All right. The Crows, you all have a great chemistry, and you just said you were filming in Budapest, and you've been there for like 5-6 months.
Yeah.
And as like a crew, I mean, after Corona, where I was tucked away with people I thought I love, but spending so much time in just limited space, how did you manage to not hate each other?
Well. No, well, I suppose we get to spend time as our characters, and
That's
then we
fun.
get to go home and sort of spend time with each other. You know, we get to sort of live two things. I guess you weren't doing a lot of role play.
Oh, I tried. It didn't work out.
Recommend it. Can
I
recommend
told you, call me Freddy. Yeah, but speaking about your characters, Amita, you're a badass, and your character is as well. And is that something you had to learn, or were you like a fighter before? Like, did you go out and had like pub brawls and stuff, or did you really have to learn how to fight?
I've always loved being active with my body. Growing up, you know, I did a bunch of things. I did Army Cadets, I did dancing, I did a bit of gymnastics, swimming. But then I lost all of it. So when I got cast as Inej, and you know, she's climbing on rooftops, and she's an acrobat, and she's all of this, I was like, oh my God, I don't have the flexibility, I don't have the muscle, I don't have the strength. So I did go to the gym a lot, like a lot. And it was really good to feel in touch with the ground. And you know when someone just grabs something and you can tell they have this strength. Might not have seen it, but I definitely felt like, you know what? If I got attacked today, I could roundhouse kick someone and save myself. But yeah, absolutely loved the physical aspect of it. And we had such an incredible team who made me look a lot better than I actually am. So thank you.
And the stunts, I mean, I guess you got people who do stunts as well, but in some scenes, it looks like you're actually doing a lot yourself. Isn't that dangerous?
Yeah. You know what? There was so much I wanted to do myself, and I think it was in season 1. There's a blooper where I hit my elbow. Do you remember? It was that day I just kept asking the team, because all I had to do was jump out of a window, but there were mats
All she
and
had to
everything.
do- all she had to do was jump out of a window.
But there was a mat and the windowsill was only there. And I said, guys, can I do it this time? Can I do it this time? And I asked about 20 times and I asked the last time, and the whole room just went, no. And in the next scene, of course, I hit my elbow on the door, and I learnt my lesson to listen to the team. Yeah.
So no jumping out of windows.
No, sadly not.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Next season.
I did.
You
though.
did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, and
I did, but it wasn't even caught on camera. No, I know. Really.
Why?
There's
You that did
video
it, wasn't
footage
it
of me
stand-up?
dangling from the side of a building in Budapest. I was like 40 feet in the air.
but why?
Well, this was my question. When I assumed when they showed me this huge crane that there'd be like some cool shot down the side of the building or something. I was like, yeah, fine. And then the camera was inside the building on the 4th floor, and all you did was watch me come through the window. Could have been the 1st floor, for as far as anyone's concerned. So
But
there I
was
am.
someone telling you to jump. You just didn't. All right, I get the scene. No way, Freddy!
No. I was harnessed up. I was
All right.
very safe.
So
Okay.
it was a prank.
It wasn't.
Yeah, felt like someone was laughing. Not me.
So we are.
Yeah, you are now.
The writer of the books, Lee, is also involved in the process. It feels like, as an actor, maybe like cheating, because you can just call someone up and go, you know what? What will my character do?
Yeah.
Do you sometimes take that shortcut?
Yeah. Always.
I'm
always-
dangling out of a window. Lee.
Yeah.
Is it fine?
Yeah. Would my character dangle out? No, but especially in the first season where it was all moving quite quickly. I think we were cast a month and a half, 2 months. You were a bit
Something
longer
like that, yeah.
before we went and started shooting. So just to kind of read all the books, digest them, and then rather than go back and read the book a second time, you could just shoot off an email to the author and be like, "What did you mean by this?" And is that really what this is, or have I got this right? So that was, it was invaluable. And Lee was so sort of open to that and open to our ideas, and she wasn't kind of. She cares very deeply, and she sort of protects her characters, but she's not defensive. She's not kind of stubborn. If you come to her with an idea about what something might mean, and she likes it, she'll go with it.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to follow up with. Did you ever have a discussion? No, wait, I think my character would do this, and she's like, I invented the character.
Yeah.
I know. Did you ever have a disagreement?
Not really. I think the books are just so well written that I just completely trusted in who she is and what her story was, and if anything, season 1 was a prequel to the books, so we did have a lot of questions about. I had a lot of questions about these characters. How long have they been working together? Where are they at? Are they friends? Is the chemistry always there? Was it from the beginning? So it was always just questions rather than
Statements.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and I think we got really lucky with the team, the creative team, the writers, producers, Eric and
Yeah.
Dagan and Lee, in that as adaptations go, it could probably be quite difficult if you're not coming at it from the same
Yeah, sure.
place. And we all, I think, started off from the same place of really loving the books and wanting to do them justice. And I think that the kind of heart of the books, the kind of soul, as it were, we all agreed what that was. And we tried our best to put that on screen. So there was kind of very little, there was lots of creative discussion and excitement, but
No
Very
friction.
very few disagreements about what stuff could mean or should mean.
That's very fortunate.
Yeah.
Also kind of boring, but also fortunate.
Yeah, sorry, no gossip.
And when you started shooting season 2, I think there was a time span in between where you had to come back to the characters. What was it like? Did you have to rediscover Ines, and or do you just like a code could put her on again?
It had been, what, 2 years? Something like that?
It had been a while.
It had been a really, really long time. But if I'm having a rather sleepless night, I listen to the audiobook of Six of Crows. And what was different for season 2 was because you'd already been in the character's shoes for, 6 months, it comes to you a bit easier, so you feel like you're not doing as much work. And I was just, oh my God, am I doing enough? Like, I feel like I should be doing more prep and all of this and all of that. But I think when you just love your character, no matter, it's like having that really good best friend. No matter how much time has passed, you guys meet up and you start from the same spot
I wish I could
again.
relate. No, I'm kidding.
What
I'm
did
kidding.
COVID do to you?
I'm kidding.
But yeah, it was like that. But then in season 2, you just get to discover more parts of the story. And it was really fun to do scenes from the actual book. That was one thing that I was really, really excited about.
What about you? Did you have to rediscover Kaz, or is this just like a good friend?
You mentioned in your question, putting on a coat.
Yeah.
It really was kind of, the costumes are so brilliant and the silhouette of them is so specific that actually wearing that costume and those shoes and having the cane.
Yeah, you look really great. And the costume is nice too.
Thanks. But it does make you stand in a certain way, and it sort of was a physical muscle memory. Because I similarly was quite concerned about going back and how long it was going to take and if it was going to be quite a sort of sticky process, but actually it was great.
Oh, nice. And I have a lot of questions. Yeah, because I thought it would be, it's so logical that the posture makes you remember the character, and I thought it must be such a difficult process, just like literally putting on a coat. So that's
literally all I do for a living.
and
Easy like that.
Yeah.
I would take a look at the chat and see if people from outside who are watching right now have some questions.
Yeah. So we have one question. The first one is, what do you like the most about the characters that you play?
Everything. I think the thing that I love the most about her is she's not afraid of feeling fear, but at the same time, she's actually one of the bravest characters, I think, in the Grisha-verse. And I think she's been such an inspiration to me in terms of womanhood and what it means to stand up for yourself, but somehow still be kind to everyone else. It's not in the consequence of, it's for the better, if that makes sense.
It does.
Thank you.
Great answer.
Thank you.
I love that he's 3 steps ahead of everyone at any given moment. How that's not something that I experience very often in my life, and so yeah, that's pretty cool. It's just cool playing smart people and getting to figure out how smart people act and operate.
Are you sometimes
really
disappointed when you come back to real life? And
I know.
realize, oh wait,
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't figure this one out because I'm not him.
I need the coat. Someone get me the coat.
Give me a code, yeah. Second question, is there a certain character trait of your characters that you also see in yourself? In real life?
Well, I'm not grim. I don't think. No, I think loyalty is probably one of the few things that we have in common. Kaz and I did have to look quite hard to find the things that were in common, thankfully. But yeah, loyalty.
We both have really long hair.
Wow.
You look alike.
Yeah, you look alike. Yeah. Your muscles.
Right now. I think it's, gosh, I don't know. We both just love being. It's, you know what it is. It's adapting in new situations. I've moved countries once. But I did a pretty big move.
It was a big move.
It was a big move. My whole life changed. And I came here with dreams and aspirations yeah, something like that.
You're both very present,
Oh,
I would
thank
say.
you. Thank you so much.
If you ever get asked that again, I would just say present.
Thank you.
Keep it short.
Ja, no.
Und will ich noch eine machen? Wenn ich darf?
Thank you.
Something else I loved about the book, but also about the books and the series, is the banter. I don't know if that's the correct English term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way that. Okay, it's the correct one.
Yeah.
It's kind of a tricky question because, but I'm gonna try. Do you have a favorite line of the books or the series? Doesn't have to be specifically your character, but maybe in general. Does one come to mind? Because I think it's so full of one-liners and sharp dialogue, and you just deliver it like, I don't know, it's something I wish I would be like when I speak.
I feel like Kit and Danny would be the people to ask. They played Jesper and Nina in
Yeah.
the show. They're the kind of
That's
witty
true.
people.
Yeah. Oh, I quite like the line, then we destroy him. That's quite a,
Yeah,
yeah, I quite like that one.
that was good.
Supportive.
Yeah, you're very
Yeah.
supportive.
I have so many more questions,
Yeah.
but so little time. It was so great of you to join us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Freddy Carter, Amita Suman. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
Dankeschön.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.